Cuando yo la veo es que me enamoro, es que me enamoro y ya. Bailale, bailale, baila, bailale, bailale, baila, bailale, bailale, baila ya. And I think this is going to be the first podcast I say this on, but I have a feature with Bo Bundy. Exclusive, man. So if you want to leak it, it's on you, bro, because I haven't sent it to anybody else.
And can I put like a little right here, like I just look?
I leaked it somewhere on this episode.
Hey, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, the podcast where we try to broaden perspectives, all while going off the rails. And today's episode, we have Gio. He's the main singer. Is it main singer or lead singer? There's a bunch of people in your band, right?
Yeah. But I am Tarasco Tropical. Yeah.
Tarasco Tropical. He is the Tarasco Tropical. Dude, I've been jamming your music ever since we met at that party, the tequila party.
Really?
And yeah, dude, it's good shit. But we'll talk about it. We'll get into it. Let's sit back, buckle up. Let's go too hard, too fast. Boom.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back
to Too Hard,
Too Fast.
Anything that rolls downhill, man.
And the old habits die hard, right?
It's the podcast by the people, for the people.
Where I'm going too hard, too fast.
We are double fisted on that ass.
Only here, too hard, too fast. Let's do it.
Hey, you're listening to Too Hard, Too Fast podcast. This is Tarasco Tropical, and don't go too hard, too fast like I did in bed.
Oh, Amber heard that.
So welcome everyone to Too Hard, Too Fast podcast.
That's right. Where we go off the rails, and George has to worry about it. So here we go.
For the podcast of the century.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
All right. Too hard, too fast. We're going to start off. Dude, it's been a while since I put an episode out. This is my first one back. So I'm going too hard, too fast. Too big. What do you got, Gio?
I'm over here on that St. Maya tequila. She's a little cold right now because she's just back from Colorado. Mírala.
St. Maya tequila. That's the party we went to, St. Maya.
Yes, sir. That's where we met. Through St. Maya, I've met a bunch of good people. It's been a good thing. Shout out to Zach and the crew.
Yeah, that was a good invite, man. That was a fun party. I got there maybe to catch the last two songs you played. Maybe three. I don't remember. I was kind of like still trying to like figure things out when I got there. But you sounded good, and then you came up and you were like, man, that was a shitty set. I was like, what? I was like jamming out, dude. Like I became a fan.
Oh man, thanks. Now you know sometimes when you just too hard on yourself, you know. And it's just I like to do that to keep me motivated to always do a better and better show. And you know, it was also like a broken down version of the set that I usually do. My live band is 9 to 10 people, you know, 11 sometimes, and it's a little hard to get that whole crew out to do things. And so when we first started, we went too hard, too fast. You know, we hit the damn. We did a festival, and then it was like now I'm doing little bars, which is cool. You know what I mean? It's very humbling, and it's really good because you know. But I just like the way you know the man upstairs lined it up for me, where he was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna show you what big ass festival is. Then you're gonna go to the bars, and you know what I mean? Because the project is fresh, bro. Everything is new, so." Yeah, good thing. So I'll be hard on myself just to always do better. And when I'm on that stage, you know what I mean? I go into this trance where I just want to deliver because I write all my music, you know what I mean? It comes from the heart. And so I just want people to know and I want people to hear my shit because I try to add, you know, traditional sounds, like old school stuff, but then we add a little bit of hip hop in there, a little bit of trap, you know, to try to give the youngsters, you know, the new listeners a little captivate them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you mix into it.
Yeah, man. So that's why I'm kind of hard on that. So I'm sorry you had to hear me be negative about that because I try not to do it in front of people. But yeah, that I was upset at that performance at myself, not the musicians. They were amazing.
No, I mean, like I said, you guys were great, and I get it. The whole. Hey, before we go any further, let's do this shot.
All right. Salud. Woo!
Ooh, baby. All right, so I got that vodka, but really, I have this beer to drink to
Oh, that
still
looks
keep it.
good.
Yeah,
Is
to
that a
still keep
local
it
beer?
coherent. It's a local beer here in San Antonio. Viva.
That's
Beer
dope.
Bach beer. It's like it says limited seasonal release. So we were supposed to record a while back, and so I bought this when we were first supposed to record. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
that vodka came
Yeah.
back to just
Yeah.
catch that.
I hear
um,
you.
so anyway, I've had it there, so hopefully it's still in the stores because they're I really like Viva.
Yeah. Can't wait to try it. Maybe one day we'll get together and have us some vivas. I like
For
supporting
sure.
local, man. 100%. You know what I mean?
Hey, for
Gotta
real, man,
support.
and maybe Viva can support us,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
we can Viva together.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No,
talking
man.
about.
So, like you were saying, being hard on yourself, dude. I get it because even though you guys sounded amazing, like to you, it wasn't up to par because, like you said, you were missing some of your guys, some of your people, and I think you were borrowing speakers or you were borrowing equipment from other people.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that it was, that also comes into play. The sound has a lot to do with it. Luckily, we had our good friend Sergeant Remo running sound for us, and he brought his board and stuff, and he tried to do as best as he could to make us sound better. But it's part of the game. It's part of the deal. You have to understand too. I'm a drummer, you know, and I've been playing drums for quite some time, and I was never a front man. And finally, with this whole cumbia thing, I decided to take the front seat, and with cumbia music, and here we are, man. Just trying to deliver good shows and make people dance, make people happy, something different, something new especially something new to the city of San Antonio. No disrespect to anybody, you know what I mean? But it's never bad when you have somebody or something new of whatever sort. You should never look at it as competition or anything like that. More, especially when it's in a barrio setting, the way San Antonio is, super Chicano strong and shit. So, you know,
Are we
anybody
gonna bring
listening?
ourselves up, Bato?
Yeah,
Quit,
man. For sure.
quit pulling ourselves back down. We gotta when somebody's doing something good, we gotta push each other back up.
Yeah, of course. Support everybody.
But so what makes it new? Like I know like the sound to me, and then I'm not the best thing I can do is play Spotify. So I have no music background, no I tried playing the guitar 100 times and I never got it. So I got $100 worth of it.
Yeah.
So but to me when I'm listening to music, like it just if it hits, it hits, and if it doesn't, pues ni modo. But
Right.
your stuff like you can totally tell the cumbia in there, and that almost sounds like that Spanish rap that I kind of grew up with. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Big Boy. Sin tu
Yeah.
amor.
Quisiera
That one.
volver a tenerte, volver a quererte, volver a existir cerca de. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes, that one.
man.
So it almost hits that same way, like that rap cumbia sound to me. But what
That's
makes
what's
it
up, man.
new, or what? How would you consider it new?
Man, you know what? So I'm a huge fan of old cumbia, right? I grew up on old cumbia because my uncle was a DJ for many, many. He still fucks around, he's still DJing, but now he's extremely rich and doesn't have to do it for a living. But
Nice.
yeah, man, he's doing his thing. Shout out to my uncle Rafa. He's the original Tarasco, DJ Tarasco. So that's why I took on Tarasco Tropical name. But anyway, what makes it unique, man, is so I gave you the background of what I like and what I grew up on, right? But and I want to, and I bring this up so you could understand like where I'm at, and so I created Big Ready Barbacoa with my little brother, which was our very first song, cumbia song that we put together. And the original version was like super broken down, raw, like acoustically, you know what I mean, driven. And then one way or another, I ended up, linking up with my boy Savani, Principe Q, out of Corpus Christi. That's AB Quintanilla's son. And I ended up linking up with him. I just hit him up on a DM. My boy's like, oh, you should have Savani mixes. He already knew him. My boy Hippie Cholo, which is the guy that was playing percussion that night when you saw me, dude with the dreads. And so I ended up linking up with him. I was like, yo, I got this song. He's like, fuck yeah, I got this. And the kid's like, yeah, I said the kid because we're actually the same age, but Savani is just, a music prodigy, right? When he was younger, he was taught by a bunch of badasses and he became a super great producer. And he's amazing. I love it. But the whole electronic take to it wasn't like a thing I was into, to be honest with you. I like, more of the old school stuff. And next thing you know, man, he mixed Big Ready Barbacoa, and I loved every little bit of it. I listened to it over and over again. That's what I do when I get a mix of a song over and over again. And so we did that song, and that was very cute, cumbia-ish, with a little bit of reggae elements in it. And then it also has, his style. Big Ready Barbacoa, después de una buena cruda. Big Ready Barbacoa, es parte de la cultura. But his main thing is this. I don't know if you ever his style that he kind of put together is like trap with cumbia, and they call it scrumbia. And so it's his own sound, right? It's gonna be your and you gotta listen to his music, man. He's got some cool stuff on Spotify. He's got a mixture of that stuff that he puts together with old cumbia samples and stuff like that with the trap beats. Yeah, that's the scrumbia one. Okay. Yeah, that's the remix of Big Ready Barbacoa, and he did that, and that's his style, So it grew on me. Not that I didn't like it, I was turned off, but I was a fan of a certain, era of the music. And when I started, I mean, shit, he's probably produced already probably 10 tracks, of mine, and only a couple of them are out. We have a bunch that are coming out. And I think this is gonna be the first podcast I say this on, but I have a feature with Bo Bundy out of Houston, man. If you don't know who Bo Bundy is, go check him out. He's an amazing artist that became a viral sensation with a song and then signed to a record label called Rancho Humilde out of California. And that was his big break, you know what I mean? And he's still going on doing his big thing. And man, I hit him up on Instagram too. That's what I do, is hit up people on Instagram, show them the tracks that I have. If they like it, let's go. Si no, pues, he liked it and he jumped on the track. We have a music video coming out, all kinds of stuff, and it's all mixed and produced by my boy Príncipe Q. So like I said, one thing led to another, and it's just to me, the sound that Príncipe Q brings out is very unique. He's been working with Gio Chamba, but he's been taking another take with me. So it's like me and him are just been going at it, working on a bunch of songs, and it's creating, obviously, cumbia driven, but it's creating this whole sound that is I'm not going to say it's unheard of, but it's definitely different. You know what I mean? And then him being from Corpus, me being here in San Anto, and I really feel like it's something. There's electricity there. There's a vibe. You know what I mean?
There's something. There's a connection.
Yes, there is between me and him. On these songs, and I'm gonna continue doing it as long as he wants to work with me. And you know what I mean? I think our relationship is for the long haul. So expect a lot of music, man. We have a bunch of music coming out.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say, I hope I make the cut to the music video. I hope I'm in it, even if it's just for a.
Oh, you were up for the tequila one, right?
Yeah. So hopefully, if not, I get it. I get it. But I'll tell you what. I got home and I told my wife, it's like, hey, I met this guy from Tarasco Tropical. Like his music is badass. And it's like, and then he was telling me that I might come out on the music video because we're filming a lot of stuff. Because she asked me, I was like, what were you guys filming? It's like, oh, he was filming for a music video. And I go with a guy named Bo Bundy, but I don't know who he is. And she goes, shut the fuck up, for real. It's like, I told you about him, George. I told you the other day about him. I was like, I don't remember. It's like, are you being serious? She was like,
did the argument that comes, you never fucking listened.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was weird. It was like, well. It's like she literally probably did something. I keep pointing this because she's in that direction looking at me.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, but yeah, so but yeah, man. So she knew who it was, and I found out because of you and because of her. But dude, I'm excited to listen to it whenever it comes out. I've been checking. Man,
it's already done. I'll send you a copy of it so you can check it out, man. You'll get the exclusive, man. So if you want to leak it, it's on you, bro. Because I haven't sent it to anybody else.
Can I put like a little right here, like a just look?
Yep. Oh, you mean right now? Play it?
Tarasco Tropical, Príncipe Q, una vez más. Show. Weapon. Sabor. Bo Bundy. Si la vida te da limones, pide sal y tequila.
I'll leak
If
just
you
a
have
little
iPhone-
bit, just like a little poquito.
Órale, ya dijiste. Let's roll.
Tequila, tequila. Cuando hace calor. Tequila, tequila. Ay, qué buen sabor.
Dude, I'll play some of the other music throughout the podcast. Like, you know, as long as you don't copyright me, boom. I'll play a little bit, just a little bit.
I'm one of those people that, like, man, I want my music to get out there, bro. You know what I mean? And you know, for this next show that I have coming up, it's actually this Saturday. I'm gonna burn a bunch
At
of
Jaime's
CDs. Old
place.
school style. Yeah,
Old
Jaime's
school
place. Yeah, I'm gonna burn a bunch of CDs with even my unreleased songs. Cause why the hell not? You know, nobody owns my shit. I own my shit. So I'm gonna, like, you know, nobody really knows me, and I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? But I want people to hear this stuff because at the end of the day, there's still, you know, there's gonna be lowriders and all that shit out there, bro. You know, them fools still got CD players in there.
Yeah, what the, yeah, they haven't moved up to the Bluetooth yet.
Yeah, I mean,
Stop. Checando el CD, güey.
licking
No.
it y limpiándose la playera.
Dude, Jaime, the owner was on the podcast a while
Really?
back. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
nice.
So
I gotta go
I
back
hate
and
that I'm
check
not
out
gonna
the
be in
website.
town because I'm sorry, man. I keep talking over you, but I
No, you
hate
good.
that I'm not gonna be in town because when I saw that post, I was like, dude, it's right down the road from me.
That's cool, man. That's what's up. You know, there'll be plenty, man. I have a lot of shows lined up, so anytime I'm playing, if you know, just holler at me, bro, and let's link up and have a good ass time. You know, that's what it's all about.
Hey, we'll do it. Hey, but we sound like we're already like we've already gone too hard too fast. Like, yeah, vamos a acabar. We just got started.
We're just getting started.
Dude, you're from LA. You're technically San Antonio, but
Yes,
you were born in LA.
born and raised in Los Angeles, California, in a bunch of cities actually in LA. You know what I mean? Like sub cities and all that shit. I lived all the way around, but yeah, I was born in Los Angeles, and at a young age moved to Mexico, to Michoacan, Uruapan, Michoacan. I lived there part of my life, and I'm very thankful for those times because it was hard times on my family. But you know, to me, I tried to make the best of every situation. You know what I mean? And even when I was younger, even like not knowing that I was making the best of the situation. Now that I'm older, I'm like, well, fuck, I kept it pretty positive. You know, I wasn't all fucking aguitado because you know, daddy was a Rolling Stone. You know what I mean, or nothing like that. You know, I was just going with the punches, and I'm super thankful because that's where I learned to read, write Spanish, and you know what I mean. And it carried, you know, with me throughout. Now I fucking write music in Spanish. You know what I mean?
It's badass, man. It's crazy that you know you were born. Not crazy, but it's cool that you were born U.S. Went to Mexico. I did the opposite. I was born in Mexico and I came to the U.S. You know, I'm glad for that. Don't send me back, but I'm glad that I got that experience too. You know, I think I lived in Mexico for 1 year, just until my parents were, you know, getting on their feet. They were U.S. citizens. I was just born in Mexico. Whatever. I don't know what their plan was, but whatever. I learned to speak Spanish too, and I grew up with that culture, which I feel like I don't embrace it as I used to when I was a kid. Like I was surrounded by it, so I don't know. I'm like, I guess it's different. Like it's more like Tex-Mex and
it's okay. And it's okay because we're a product of our environment, you know, and where you live, and you know, you roll with it, and that's what you create, you know, with your kiddos and your wife and shit. You end up making this whole vibe, this whole, like, I like to put it like this whole version of a Chicano, you know what I mean? Because there's so many different versions from first, second, third, fourth generations. You know, we go way far and beyond, you know what I mean? Like it gets wild. So if you really think about it, it's kind of like a rabbit hole, you know, you really start, you know, really dissecting, you know, how each and every person lived, because there's your story, there's my story. And what I did is I embraced my California roots and, my now Texas roots. Like I see myself in it. Even when I go to Cali, my people out there see me. They're like, oh, I hear the twang or I hear this and I hear that. And I'm like, hey, it is what it is. Pero todavía hablo español, culero, así que chinga tu madre. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I take from all of it. And, once upon a time I was very ignorant, you know what I mean? When we're young and very judgmental. When I moved here, I hated this place. I'm not going to lie. I was like, because I come from, to me, Cali was paradise. It was home. And where I come from in Mexico también, the same vibe. And, well, we live on the West Coast in Mexico, the house that we have over there. So it's like very, you have the mountains and you have the desert and you have the beach and, so it was very beautiful. And over here, I was just like bummed out, you know what I mean? Because I was like, well, fuck. Pinches oaks and mesquites. And I got here when there was a drought.
Pero pinche allergies.
But hey, man, here we are 15 years strong in this beautiful city, man. And, no offense to any of my LA peeps, but man, the only time you'll see me out there is to go visit. I'll eat everything I want to eat, visit whoever I want to visit. And by the 5th day, I'm like, I'm going to patejas, because this is my home.
I mean, I love California. Well, okay, maybe I should say I like California. I love Texas. I got it tattooed on me. So, it's what I love. And I love Mexico, but I'm not, like I said, don't send me back. But I think it's a beautiful country. Unfortunately, it's corrupt. It's messed up right now, and hopefully one day it gets fixed. But maybe not in my lifetime. But
yeah, not in your lifetime, Papa.
Yeah. Anyways, don't bum me out. Cheers.
Cheers. Nah, I feel you, man. You just gotta pray for the shitty areas of the world, you know what I mean, and all the wickedness going on, and try to stay sucker free too, you know what I mean, when you're out here in these streets anywhere, you know what I mean, anywhere in the world, you just gotta, be fucking
yeah, you gotta be ready.
You know what I mean? You gotta be like ducking down.
La trucha.
A huevo.
Hey, so you consider yourself you would consider yourself Chicano, like that's what you call yourself?
Yeah, I'm Chicano.
Okay. I've never understood, because I think for me, and I think it's probably not the best way, I don't know, but I always call myself Mexican. Oh, I'm Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm U.S. citizen, I'm proud of it, but I always come, oh, I'm fucking Mexican. I'm Mexican. But everybody's like Latino, Latina, Chicano, things like that.
Yeah, I used to, and I say I used to because when I was, your mentality changes as you grow, right? And when I was younger, that's how I thought when I was fresh from over there. Soy Mexicano, and I was like, oh fuck, you're not, fool. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I am. I'm of Mexican descent. You know what I mean? And that's what runs through my veins. But I take pride on on the raza, on the first, second, third, fourth generation people. I do, now that I'm older, because of all the shit we go through, and people trying to just take our culture like a piece of paper and crumble it and throw it in the trash. And so, we all got to stand, just like the show that we have at Jaime's place, I've been using it, they're having the video, it's called Barrio Unido, but I love, like, that whole Cesar Chavez era and all that, the Barrio Unido jamás será vencido, or, I like using that little quote, because it's true, man. When we all come together, you know what I mean? Not necessarily as just Chicanos, but as a human race, we can accomplish a lot of things, you know what I mean? And, that's just what we got to do, man. We all got to come together, in our communities as individuals, like Chicanos, all the other races. But then at the end of the day,
well, Chicanos and everyone else.
And everyone else.
Fuck,
you know what I mean?
I get it.
That's the spirit of, say, Maya already taking over. But
no, man, I get it. Like I said, the only thing I never got was, how someone gets labeled, because somebody is like, and I'll tell you the truth, I always thought a Chicano was a Mexican in Chicago. That's what I thought growing up.
That's a Chicagian.
But no, I mean, I never understood what makes somebody a Chicano, what makes somebody a Latino, whatever. I mean, it's not for me to. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm already going a little too hard, too fast. I'm not gonna try to define it, but I was just curious what made you Chicano versus me Mexican, but we're
Well, you were
both.
first off, you were born over there, so I think the Chicano thing is always, you know what I mean. Todos los hijos de you know de los inmigrantes, you know what I mean, que nacieron acá en los Estados Unidos, and you know, and it gets a lot deeper than that, but that's the KISS method, you know, the keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
You know, so yeah, that's what it is, man. Like, you know, but like I told you, bro, and I still hold my ground on that. Is as a whole, man, with all the pedos going on in the world, you know, all these school shootings and shit like that. Like as a community, we need to come together. You know what I mean? Period. No matter the freaking race or
yeah,
you
just
know,
as a people, for real.
yeah. We are living in these really troubled times, and we need to figure out how we're gonna um shit come together. Come together. You know, I'm my thing is the healing of the nation is everybody needs to roll up a churro at 420 one day, someday. You know, give the
That's
kids
right.
melatonin because you can't give them churros, and then chill out.
Maybe too much, but too much melatonin might give you the chorro.
Well, you'll deal with that tomorrow. Today's the day of peace.
That's right. That's right. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow's another day. Dude, so with all that, how Tarasco, where does that come from? Because you told me at the party, but I kind of just want to talk about that because it's not a name that you hear very often.
Yes. And, you know, for one, it was, you know, my uncle was DJ Tarasco for many, many, many years, bro. Like, chingos of years. That guy done DJ'd all the quinceañeras and weddings in LA, man, back in the, you know, 90s and early 2000s and stuff. And so where we come from in Michoacan, man, it's very, the culture's real rich, man. Like, you know, and the you know, you have your Aztecs, your Mayans, well, Michoacan and Guerrero in that area, you had your Purepecha. And so I'm of Purepecha descent, you know, my mother and her parents and all that, they were you know, Purepecha inditos, you know, for lack of a better word. And you know, I just took a lot of pride on that, man. More than any of my other brothers and sisters that are older than me. I have 4 older than me and 1 younger, but I've seen to embrace that culture quite a bit, man. It meant a lot to me because I remember living in troubled times with like my mom and my dad, and you know, everything around me. Yo me la pasaba en la calle, you know, I'd take off, and you know, I would go and eat everywhere and take the bus everywhere with my friends, being traviesos, stealing tapones from bikes and stuff, you know. And so in Michoacan, and so with that being said, you know what I mean? Like when I started this cumbia thing, obviously my uncle being the influence of it, and the Purepecha were amazing people. And I feel like I take a lot from them because what we were is like we weren't warriors, even though we did kick the Aztecs ass, you know. But we were merchants, bro, and fishermen, and we forged arms. Like we made, well, not arms, but you know what I'm saying. We made guadañas and you know, just all kinds of different weapons. And they hustled, you know, they were out getting their money. And you know, I've been blessed with that trait too. And when I was younger, doing it bad, and now I'm older, I'm hustling for my family. We own a company, and just every day I'm looking how to grow and how to do this. I think I focus a lot more energy into that than my music, but you know, more of a reason. I'm a family man, which that's what the Purepechas were. And so the Purepechas were dubbed Taras. Tarascans when the Spaniards migrated, and they would start calling them cuñados. You know what I mean? Like so what Tarasco means like brother-in-law. And in Michoacan,
Okay.
when you're out there, everybody calls each other, hey cuñado, hey vale. Vale is another word that we use, right? So we kind of embraced all that. Now some people maybe many years ago found it disrespectful because in reality these Spaniards came and fucked their old ladies and did things, so they were calling that guy a cuñado, you know, or like homie. It means it's like a friendship thing, you know. And people need to understand that, because I've heard, some people be like, well, that's a derogatory. It's like, well, motherfucker, there's tons of bands called like Banda El Tarasco. There's this, that you go to Michoacan, there's restaurants called El Tarasco. You know what I mean? There's this and that. My uncle was DJ Tarasco. So if you take offense to the name Tarasco, then, you're living 500 years. You know what I mean?
Let me say
Too
this:
late.
when you like, I was saying, like, I've never really heard the name Tarasco and anything like that. But as soon as you said, "Oh, there's restaurants named Tarasco," my mind said, "Oh shit, I have seen that name." That's how much of a fatty I am. It's like I have seen it at a restaurant. Yes.
Shot to that, bro. Shot to that.
Oh shit! I gotta get ready, dude. When did you prep another one?
Bro, I leave them prepped because I'm like, hey, you gotta keep up, bro. After you finish this one, prep one.
Prep one. Easy. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Cheers, vato.
Cheers, vato.
Tarasco Tropical.
A huevo.
A huevón.
Ahí se vaya. It's a good one. Too hard, too fast.
Oh, okay. So let's bring it back to your music. And let me pull it up real quick, because there was one song that reminded me of a band. And which, by the way, Poderosa.
Yeah.
It's fucking jams, man. That fucking
I'm
jams.
glad you like it, man.
Poderosa. Dude, it just fucking hits.
Thank you, man.
I think it's this one. Let me see.
Tarasco Tropical. Yo no quiero amigos como tú, que solo quieren verme caer. Yo no quiero amigos como tú, que no cierran el pico ni pa' comer.
The Amigos one.
Oh, yeah, that one.
So the Amigos, it kind of gave me a vibe, and I don't know if you are a fan of, but it gave me a vibe of Molotov.
I am a fan, man. I grew up on that shit. I got older brothers and sisters, man. So I'm hip to all that, man. When I was growing up in Mexico, being a little necio, Molotov, Control Machete, you know what I mean? And then all the new rap artists that are coming out, influence. Like, there's an influence in me from the old school era of cumbia and hip hop, and there's an influence from the new school shit, man. I take from it. I really like my own music, man. I just want you to know that. I know it might sound kind of weird, but I don't give a shit, man. Like, I like my music. That's why I put it out. And I've always been, I put out tons of music with other people as a drummer and shit like that. And I would have never been as satisfied with anything other than Tarasco Tropical shit. Like, fully, where I'm like, I believe in it. It's dope. Now, you know what I mean? Never with the mentality I want to be big or I want to do this or want to do that. But like, yes, and I want to shine those influences. So thank you for saying that. You got Molotov vibes on that. There was, every time I'm writing something, I think of, I don't try to copy or anything like that, but like, I'm like, okay, this guy said this, so I'm going to try to, like, you know what I mean? I take from it with my own cadence, my own way. I'm a new artist. I'm still trying to find my sound, but luckily thankful for it. Like, that song wasn't produced by Savani Quintanilla. That song was produced by Santo Boom. Much respect to him. And if he ever listens to this, congratulations to him, because he just became the dean to the University of the Incarnate Word, I think.
Oh, and, dang, nice.
Yeah, he's La Rose, my accordion player. That's his older brother, and his name is Baldo Villa. And big respect to that, man. I can't wait to do another track with him. We have a bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline with him, but that's gonna be more on like the San Quilmero side, which is the other side project that we have going on with La Rosca, myself, and all the other members. It's like a big collective. And Baldo did Amigos and he did Poderosa. So I'm pretty cool that you touch on those two, because I in the other little podcasts that I've been, the other little episodes and stuff like that, like nobody ever really touched on those songs, and I'm glad you did and that you enjoy those a lot, because those are probably the more like traditional sounding cumbia without like the heavy beats and stuff like that, and I like that too, man. So yeah.
No, for real, man. Like I said, I'm a fan. I know we're friends, but dude, I'm a fan. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not trying to be big shot about it.
Thank you,
I'm a
brother.
fucking fan.
Thank you. I'm a fan of
But
you, man, because you're a cool ass dude. I remember that. Like, here, cheers right there.
hey,
Bam.
what the-
Um, I vibe with you. I like you, man, and thank you for popping my cherry because if you release this whenever this is gonna be released, you're the first person. You're gonna be the first person out of San Antonio to record me and drop anything with me, and I'm so thankful for that.
dude, like the reason, and I was like, do I want to say the thing about Molotov? Because I was jamming out to and I was like, oh, that Molotov is hitting. Like, it reminded me of that. But I don't want to, like, I was afraid to bring it up because I feel like most artists or most people are like, oh, I don't want to be compared to somebody and then be like, oh, they fucking stole it. Which, your music, that song, nothing from it feels like anything was stolen. Like, you can totally feel like, oh, he vibed to it. And that's where, like, it comes from because it's got your own sound. But I think it's just like that raspy, slower but still fast, kind of like, like it kind of like it hit me like that. So I was like, oh, I love that because I was a huge fan of Molotov, and
Man. So am I. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck yeah, that
I don't mind. I don't mind, and don't ever be afraid to like say that. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, like I get it because a lot of these new artists are like, nah, man, like what the fuck? Why you even gotta? No, not. It ain't like that, man. I'm not afraid to say that I'm influenced by people that are younger than me. You know what I mean? Because I have two 14-year-old daughters, and they influence the shit out of me, man. I'll tell you this much, like, their music, the stuff that they're into. Because I'm a musician, I've given it a chance and I end up liking it. You know what I mean? Like all these new rap artists like Travis Scott, you know what I mean? X, all those dudes that come out, my kids are all into that. And I come from an old school era, but I'm open-minded to everything. You know what I mean? So for anybody to compare any of my music to me, it's more, I'm flattered, man. So thank you for, like I've never heard that. And it just means a lot, because it's just
man.
like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Here at Too Hard Too Fast, we kind of know what we're doing.
You sure do. You sure do. Man. Keep on doing. Keep on going hard and fast.
No, man. And then, like, the other thing is like the title of the song is just Amigos, which for people that don't know, it's friends in Spanish. And so when I heard it, I thought it was gonna be like a song where you're like partying with your friends, like it's all just party, but it kind of just talks about like, your real friends, and maybe this is my interpretation, like your real friends support you and the other ones like, nah, like kind of that thing, right? Or no?
That one particular amigo that you consider a friend, but and we all have that one closet hater, and it's sometimes I'm almost beginning to think like it's it's in some human nature to be like that, but there's got to come a point in time in your life that you're gonna be like, ¿sabes qué? Ya voy a dejar de ser un pinche hater negativo, you know what I mean? And for me, the day I met my wife, man, was the day that I didn't decide to, but it was more like she lives that positive lifestyle. And I look up to my wife, man. To me, that's why she's my poderosa, you know what I mean? As well as she looks up to me, you know what I mean? And I can't wait for her to start writing music so she could call one like Pinche King Dingaling or something. Just kidding. Just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, people that you surround yourself inspire you for that, right? So this particular song was just dedicated to the voriferous few that have been involved in my life that act like they're cheering on, pero por debajito chin chin, you know what I mean? They're just like, fuck you. Like they're hating. They're closet fucking haters. That's what that song's about. Let's just narrow it down to, them negative closet haters that don't want to see you grow. And if you don't want to see people grow, then you got some problems. You got some rethinking. You got to take that shit back to the fucking drawing board, life, So that song's about that. And I felt like I had to highlight that. And I did it the best I could without being too offensive to, you know what I mean? And even cursing in the song, other than I think I say something like, pinche rata de dos patas, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God. Oh
Hey,
my
and
God.
I took that from Paquita. You know what I'm saying? So like, come on, man. You see how much influence I got in my shit from everywhere.
Oh man. So I mean, I that's the interpretation I got. And like I said earlier, off air, like we were not recording at the time. I said, dude, I had to take time off just because I feel like I was doing a lot of work, and it got me to meet a lot of great people. Like I've met a lot of great people thanks to the podcast, but I was like, dude, I'm not growing. Like I need the people that are trusting me to share their story to be able to put it out to people, you know? And I was like, I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna figure it out, I'm gonna see what's going on, and then come back strong, man. I'm gonna come back and hit it hard, too fast. But that's I mean, yeah, so I took a break, but I heard that and I was like, dude, I always joked. I have a joke that says like I don't have any friends. Like I don't have friends. George doesn't have any friends. Jorge, I should say Jaime from Jaime's place.
Jorge.
Yeah, so Jaime from Jaime's place told me stop calling yourself George.
I love that man. He's so badass.
Dude, hell
I've
yeah,
only,
man.
I've
Super
only held
smart.
the mic with him a couple times. Yes. He's the pride of the Chicanos, man. You know what I mean? Like here, I feel like in my eyes, you know, he's one of the. There's a lot of youngsters, but this is the OG to me. A man that's made something out of his life, you know, with his business and trying to bring the culture. Like that's a gem, bro. That's a gem to the city that people and you know, there's lots of them, but to see somebody at that man's age is like somebody that I could be like, hey, dad, you know what I mean? Like to be that driven, inspirational, that smart, educated, you know, loving, very, you know, he has an aura, tiene santo, como decimos en español, you know what I mean? When you're around that man, I feel, and he doesn't know me very well, and it's okay, you know what I mean? I've introduced myself, gone over there to done pictures at his place, but like, that's how I see him, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, that guy don't want to be my friend because I won't stop bothering him.
Dude, this guy's a smart guy. He knows exactly what he's doing.
He's a
dude, I respect the heck out of him. And yeah, he probably well, I've been to this bar since the podcast and I kind of like I think I kind of talked to him and I was like it was like that he gave me that eye, el ojo, that was like I know you from somewhere away, but I don't remember where. And I was like, I'm not gonna tell him. I'm just gonna like have a quick drink and then go home. But dude, when he goes around the bar, like he like, you know, everybody in that area or like in the whole bar like respects him, and not just because he's the owner, they just respect him.
Because he's a
and you know what?
man.
The fucking city needs to stop construction that way so he can bring up more business para el barrio.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, I think we went off on a tangent on that one. We went off the rails for sure.
It's good, bro, because like I said, you know, those are the people that inspire, you know, that inspire the Chicano community, the Mexican community out here, you know what I mean? And Mexicanos should know, you know what I mean, too, about like that stuff. And the thing is that we divide ourselves, you know what I mean? Culture, whatever. But these little things that we're touching, like they mean a lot, and it's something different. It's about our city, it's where we live, it's where we rep, you know. So shout out to Jaime.
Shout out to him and to El Pinche Hueso, the west side, man, because I don't know, I mean, west side and south side, you know what? All the fucking sides. Why am I cutting?
Yeah. No, I feel you, though. I
just don't want to get jumped anywhere I go.
Hit too hard, too fast, right?
Yeah. Hey, you're not repping for the north side way? Like, no, but the whatever you want.
Whatever, all sides.
I wear blue and red. I wear blue and red.
Hey, wait, you should make a shirt that says all sides San Anto. Too hard, too fast.
Pero pinche all sides.
For real, man. Like, for real. That's crucial, you know, and I say that because, you know, I like them all, man. Like every side of town has a beautiful thing about itself. You know, I make my money on the north side. I love it. You know what I mean? I've owned a house on the west side. You know, I live great there. Now I live in Converse. You right up the road. I'm a northeast side, you know, my kids and all that shit. But, you know, shit, I love it all.
Oh, shit, I used to work in Converse, way.
No shit.
Yeah.
Chingon. Could we
I
mention?
can't say where because then people, but pretty
I'm
close.
guessing. I'm guessing one of the strip clubs over there, but close to Kirby.
I wish, or else I would say, put some dollars in my G string. Cheers.
Cheers. Too hard, too fast.
Or too fast.
Woo! Woo! Y que viva San Antonio.
Que viva, güey. What do you think of mi tierra? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, chorro.
Chorro.
I'd rather go to Taco Bell.
We had Taco Bell this past weekend too.
Dude, I don't hate on Taco Bell. I'll eat it. It's not real Mexican food, but I'll eat it.
That's for sure.
Oh man, dude. Okay, so what time? I told you I was gonna keep track of time, and I'm already
It's all
listening.
good, bro. Just keep rolling.
Did you end up in San Antonio before you pursued music, or you were already pursuing music?
I was already pursuing music in LA. I was man. I was into like punk rock music, and I would play ska. I played in a ska band, not like traditional Jamaican ska, but more of like that, like ska core mixed with punk rock and stuff, super fast. Like Operation Ivy, Streetlight Manifesto, those kind of like crazy bands, Leftover Crack. I don't know if you heard of those bands, but that's the kind of style that I was playing out there. And
I'll tell you this. Hold on, before we go any further, I'll tell you this because it kind of brought it up. Like, I don't know what ska is, and I'll tell you this. I grew up on country music. Guy born in Mexico, grew up in the border town.
So
I grew up the only guy driving a little S10, windows down, blaring fucking George Strait and Garth Brooks, while everybody else was like, "Hey, wait, you're Mexican, right?" And I was like, "Pues sí, but hey."
I'm a product of my environment. That's it, man. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, bro. And I love that because you're like one of the first actual like born in Mexico that grew up that I know. You know what I mean? That I could consider a friend. That is with your story for a Chicano, and on a couple other podcasts I've done, I've been wanting to. I would love to, before I kick the bucket, I would love to be able to sit down with some Chicano fucking, chingones involved in, literature and stuff like that, to be able to put out, I want to call it like the gringo's handbook, you know what I mean? To not like, people are sensitive these times, not that I'm a sensitive one because it doesn't bother me for shit, but to kind of put that in there in this book where we explain the different types of Chicanos that there is, the different generations, because until you understand that, you're just going to continue to call fucking everybody Mexican, but you don't realize that there's first generation Salvadorians, there's second generation Salvadorians, all right? The same thing for Guatemalans, the same thing for Costa Ricans, the same things for Nicaraguans. So everybody is a little bit different, Like I told you, you're a product of your environment. So if you really break it down and think about that, man, like there's so many different kinds of, these little sub, races. Communities, if you want to call it, like whatever you want to call it, but a whole nother different realm of individual, man, that people need to understand, like, because then everybody would just be like, pinche Chicano, and you're like, dude, first of all, Chicano, chica, you know what I mean? That's like Mexicano, so you can't call a Colombian second generation a Chicano, you know what I mean? You can't do that now, they want to consider themselves that. It's a free world, you could classify yourself as whatever you want, but like the reality of things, I feel like there needs to be a book, and it might be out there. I'm not a big reader when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I would really love for somebody, and on any podcast that I've gone on, I like to advocate this because people need to be educated on the different generations of things. You know what I mean? Of the raza. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because there's a lot of them, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, no, I mean I get it because, like I said, like. It's funny, you answered my question that I asked a long time ago. And you know what? That's what happens when you go too hard too fast. So like when I was asking about the Chicano stuff, that's the question I was like, so that's the answer I was looking for. I was like, Okay, that explains it a lot because I don't know if I'm considered. I don't know. Maybe that's the fact that I don't know what I would be considered because my dad
You're
was
fucking
born
Mexican,
here.
bro. Where were you born? You're fucking Mexican, right?
Okay, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. So my grandfather born U.S., grandmother born U.S., my dad from them born U.S., and then yeah, my mom was born Mexico,
Hey,
but
bro,
was a
then you were
U.S.
just
citizen before I
then
was
you,
born.
bro. Then you're just a good fucking Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why I'm just like Mexicano, dude. I got the Mexican eagle right here tattooed.
Oh,
So.
that's what I'm talking about, man. No, I rep it too, man. I hold the flag up high. You know, when I do that, now I love my US. I love me some US. This is my home. You know what I mean? Like I'm an American, you know, of Mexican descent. You know what I mean? Of a Purepecha descent, and I'm proud of all of it. And me and my brother's actually, you know, Dr. Mikey in December, man. My third oldest brother, right? Because there's six of us. And I'm so proud of that man because he's the first one to fucking become a doc out of like the kids that my mom spat out and raised pretty much on her own because daddy was a Rolling Stone, like I said. And so my mom raised us all. And it's a very proud moment in time. This year is going to be a beautiful year because my brother graduates with his doctorates in physical therapy. And it means a lot. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like, we talk about that all the time, man, about like, you know, because he served, he was military, he served, fought the Iraqi war, he's an Army Ranger, badass, man. We all praises to Mikey, like in our family, you know, because the rest of us are laborers and you know what I mean, hustlers. Yeah. And so yeah, man, we talk about that shit and we're just like, you know, yes, okay, cool. And at one point I was like, nah, fuck that, we're fucking Mexican, bro. You're like, I told you when I was younger, and now that I'm understanding things that he served this country and fought for fucking freedom, I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right. You know what I mean? I'm a Chicano, we're Chicanos, that's what we're, you know, but you know, we're American of Mexican descent and we love our culture. We love the US, and that's why I hold flag, you know, I hold the Mexican flag, I'll hold the American flag, I'll hold the Texas flag, you know, Cali flag. Like I got lots of flags, boy. I go too hard, too fast all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, well, cheers to your brother, man. And this is not vodka. This is a mixture.
We're gonna call it the Winazo mixture.
The Winazo, yeah. Look, so I usually keep like a mixed drink on the side, just like
ready?
In case the beer is kind of like chafa.
Yeah. My wife's gonna have a shot with this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come on, baby.
Oh, now I feel like a punk then taking a what did you call it? A Winazo?
The Winazo shot. Cheers, baby. Cheers. Por la cámara. That's my wife.
Cheers. Nice to meet you.
Oh, where's the camera?
That's my wife. That's my poderosa right there. That's what 90% of my songs are dedicated to.
Yeah, cheers to your brother. Cheers to your poderosa.
A huevo?
No.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast. But I think that's like badass. Like, all right, never mind. I don't know where I was gonna go with that.
Oh man, good times.
All right, so what's next for Tarasco Tropical? Bo Bundy.
Yes, Bo Bundy.
We got a little leak here.
Yeah. Where you gonna get a leak on this one?
Salecita y limón para el ardor. Salecita y limón para el ardor.
Bo Bundy, I'm hoping to drop this month, but if not, it'll drop in July. It's a summer tune. It's about tequila, my favorite drink. And I have two versions, and you only heard it here. Two versions of that song. I have a song with Bo Bundy. I have a version with Bo Bundy, and I have another version that is just me. And I really like that third verse that y'all aren't gonna hear on that Bo Bundy one. So be aware about that remix.
Oh, you're pulling a Garth Brooks on this shit. The secret third verse. Oh my god, that's such a hell yeah, dude.
It's amazing because I bring up one of our music idols, and I could speak for any Mexican Chicano or Good Time in Mexico, whatever you want to classify yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's a good one for anybody that understands like conjunto music, accordion music. I shout out one of my personal favorites, Ramon Ayala. I'm gonna say just because like in the verse I mentioned him in such a whole way that it completes the song. Bo Bundy's is like a very strong, like I'm like verse, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, all right, but that's how Bo Bundy, that's how he rolls, you know what I mean? That will tell you like it is. And so it's just really cool. Both of those versions I'm really excited about. So that's what's next. And I just recently wrote a song called, it's titled in English, but the whole fucking song is in Spanish. The song, I'm thinking of either changing the name. I might call it Otra Dimensión and then put in parentheses expensive taste. And it's about like when highlighting times, whenever you're doing well financially, well, like, nobody wants to wear expensive shit no matter how humble you are. But, and if you're able to purchase, if you're able to buy a fucking Louis Vuitton fucking tanga, why the fuck are you not going to buy it? I got the money. Like, I'm going to do it. That's what the song is anyway. And then after that, those are my two, like, just Tarasco Tropical with, a little bit of a sprinkle of other people in it. But then we also have two songs. We have a song with it's Príncipe Q, myself, and our good friend Gio Chamba, and we have a song called Honguito Mágico, which I perform. All these songs that I'm talking about, I'm performing live. I'm performing live at Jaime's place, so if you want to hear them, I'm performing live because you know what? Ain't nobody can tell me not to. And that's the beauty about being independent and not relying on, oh, I can't release this shit because I have 1 million followers. Like, nah, I can release whatever the fuck I want because I got like 10 followers. So anyway,
none of the hey, I got big stuff coming. Hey. I got none of that. I got big stuff coming, but I can't talk about it yet. Oh fuck, I hate that.
No, but like on the Bo Bundy, I had to do that because it wasn't locked in yet. On another the homeboys from Houston, they did a podcast and they were like, oh, they knew already because they've been seeing like my stories and shit, but I couldn't say anything because it wasn't like I got the verse yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, how was it gonna look if I said, oh yeah, Bo Bundy, and the next thing you know, like that fool was like, nah, dude, your song sucks, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. But anyway, now we have them locked in. I have the master recording sitting on this right here. Boom. And I got that one. We got the ones with Gio Chamba. I'm constantly working on new things. We have some new shit with my boy La Rose. Shout out to La Rose. And you know what? La Rose grandmother, my producer, Baldo Villas, they're both brothers. Their grandmother passed away today. So if they're listening to this, I send them my sincere condolences to their poderosa, because that they both mean a lot to me. They're really good friends of mine, and it just sucks. But grandma lived a good life from what it seems like. They were all, it's a good thing. So anyway, not to make it all on this.
Oh man, but, props where it goes and respects where it goes too.
Always, because La Rosa is one of like my diehards. Him and Rev Ray, everybody that I surround myself. I'm really happy. We can bump heads at times, but we know we're real friends when you can fucking stick it out and know how to like overcome bullshit. You know what I mean? And so those are my real ones. Like those are my real amigos. And I did that song with all three of them, so that's just beautiful. But yeah, we have music coming out with Los Anquilmeros, which is another like a collective with me, La Rosque, and multiple other musicians. And you know what? I know we have how much time we have, but I want to shout out every member. And we're gonna start off by our conguera. She's amazing. Stephanie. We're gonna go next to Hugo Salazar. He's our guitar player. Jose Sotello, amazing artist, drummer. We have Kevin Douglas Groneveld, my best friend, my bass player. Like I said, La Rosca is one of them. Rev Ray is another one. We have my boy Rick Rodriguez. He's the guy that films all my music videos. So 90% of the videos that you see, that's my boy Rick Rodriguez, and he plays guitar in my group whenever he can make it. We got my boy Jesse on the guiro. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? No, I think that. Oh, can't forget.
I got keyboard. 7 people, man. You told me you got at least 9.
He's from the barrio. He's my keyboard player. He's from the Valle, from the Rio Grande Valle. Valle. His name is Fausto. He's my keyboard player. Es el viejito que está tocando. Shout out to him. He don't have social media, so he won't listen to this, but I love him dearly. Let's see. That's 8, and then me, Rev Ray, La Rose. That's 9, 10, 11. So yeah, man. Shout out to that whole crew.
I just threw up a random number just so you know. I wasn't counting.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's a tight community of people, and I'm always open to like jam with people and other people, and you. Oh, actually, let me shout out Brookout. Brookout is my DJs and other percussion players that come and play with me at the time when I do the broken down version, like you saw at the backyard. So we're trying to be able to, like, if somebody's like, no, because all my musicians are working musicians, I gotta pay them. I tell people this, hey, I won't charge you for my show. I'll come out and do my show, but I gotta pay my musicians. You pay them, you get Tarasco Tropical for free. Because I don't do it for a living, man. Not yet, at least. You know what I mean? Like I don't see myself being like, hey man, I have you know, fucking whatever many followers I have, which is not much, and then being like, hey, I want you to pay me, $2,000 because I know my shit's badass. No, I want to establish myself. That's why if you look at any of my videos, none of my shit is whack, and I can attest for it because that's how I came out. Was like, I'm gonna bring out good music videos. Even if it's my fucking fat ass face dancing in every fucking video like this, like, but it's gonna be in HD, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so what I'm saying is that, like, and all my recordings are really professionally mixed and mastered. Like, so now it's just up for people to hear it, because my shit ain't no fucking shit recorded on a boombox. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is everything I do. I came out with this project wanting to be legit, too legit to quit. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
They ain't ready for it. Yeah, just kidding.
Too hard, too fast to quit.
Exactly. So that's the vibe. I hope that, like, anybody listening to this, share the music and share it with your, even if you don't understand a lot of Spanish and all that, share it with your fucking parents, because you know what? They are gonna appreciate just the way I talk, just the way I write my poems. I write them for the OGs and the new school kids to understand them. Maybe all my words will be all OG style sayings and pronunciations and crazy shit like that in Spanish, but the music will always be eclectic to the youngsters. You know what I mean? I like to cater to everybody, because why not? You know what I mean? I do it for fun, so I'm gonna do it proper. I'm gonna do it right. And this is more about my music. I have different style of music coming out too. So I wanted to attack with the cumbia trap, the cumbia shit from Príncipe Q. But I have I'm about to do some corridos, and I'm about to do some hip hop stuff, some reggae shit, man. And
okay.
It's about to get real. So when I do drop my album, it's gonna have the couple of releases I've dropped, but it's gonna be a mixture of this 80s baby, first generation Chicano shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, and people are gonna reminisce. There might be one 15-second little bar in the whole fucking album that you're gonna relate to, regardless of first, second, third, fourth, fifth generation, because I like to try to attack all of that, bro. Because I'm conscious of it. So I like to use my shit. You know what I mean?
And mira, look, whenever it drops, I want to be first in line. I'm gonna buy it because I don't want shit for free. I want to buy it. Thanks, and man. Then the only thing I want for free is for you to sign it. That's all.
Bro, I'll give you more than that.
Throw a little D-pic in there, and I'll be fine too.
Hey, bro, we're not trying to make nobody laugh over here, dude. Like, I'm just talking about that. But yeah. Hey, I'll put a cucumber in there y luego ya me tomo la foto.
Pues ahí está. Ahí estamos. All right, so, dude, Tarasco Tropical. I listened to it on Spotify. Where should people catch it?
I think people should stream it fucking anywhere they want, because I have it everywhere on iTunes, Amazon, y su pinche madre. But watch my videos. Watch my videos so that, like I said, on most of them, there's no plots to them or other people in my videos. It's me performing, dancing, jumping around. The same performance I'm going to give you when I'm playing live. 3 shots of tequila, vámonos. You get me dancing, boy. Or jumping around, not dancing, because I awkwardly hop around. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm feeling the music, and I want people to really check out my YouTube channel. Tune in. I'm hoping after this Bo Bundy release, I'm actually gonna put some campaigns behind it to try to, like, get it out there for people to hear this song, because I really like it. But I'm not sure if I'll do it much on the Bo Bundy side. I'll probably do it on the one that I did by myself, because like I said, I like my shit, bro. You know what I mean? And I really like that verse, and I want people to hear that verse. And when I put things out, like I said, it's just like I just want people to hear it and people that understand it. And so, yeah, man, I know where I'm going with that, but I'm saying is that, yeah, check me out on all social media platforms. I haven't done anything on TikTok lately, but I do have a TikTok. I'm trying to keep up with all the generations.
I know that's hard. It's crazy.
The way I see it, I see like my Tarasco Tropical page in any which way as like I want to try to inspire people. You know what I mean? Because not a lot of people know my story, but I come from a pretty. I wrote myself off when I was young. I did time, and I was a bad necio and got involved with the wrong people. And now I'm living a life that once upon a time I would tell you, I'm not worthy of it, but I know I am. I'm worthy of it because I'm living it. And so I want to be able to inspire. That's my biggest thing, is to be able to inspire in the most humble way and to be able to help out people, because that's what I do through my company. Like that's one of my biggest things, man, is like in my company, I hire Chicanos, hurting Chicanos that I know were fucking necios, neck tattoos y todo el pedo, but I know they're soft spot. I know they're good people, so they stay with me. I like to hire illegals, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, report me. You don't know the name of my company. You know what I mean? And I want to help out all my people, bro. Like,
everywhere. I don't give a fuck.
Call la migra, puto. You ain't gonna find us. But no. On a serious note, bro, like you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I want to help out the community, man, and that's what I'm doing. I feel like that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, and so, follow me, follow my journey, and let's do this shit.
Let's do it. And look, hey, wait, for real, Jill, I want you back on because, obviously, dude, we're friends por vida.
Always, bro.
But I want to hear the story. Like, I want to hear a story when you rode yourself up. I think that's a great fucking story to share. But
yes,
it's a better story to share after the Bo Bundy release.
Yes. I think so,
baby.
We'll see where that takes us. You know what I mean? Yeah. If it only takes us around the street, that's all right. You know.
No modo, a la esquina, a la manzana, as they would say.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm so thankful though, man. Thank you. I needed this on a beautiful Thursday. You know what I mean? Like
Thursday, it's fucking Wednesday, Joe.
Damn, really?
Yeah, too hard, too fast.
It's because it's already midnight in New York.
Oh, you scared me. I was like, that means it's 11 here.
Hey, too hard, too fast, bro.
I was gonna say that's gonna be a hardcore editing job.
Nah, we good, man.
Well, let's finish it off with the too hard, too fast story, and we can take a shot before it if you want to.
I am all for it. Saludcita.
Perfect, because I think I only have like one more shot in me.
You didn't take some big shots. Oh no, well, we some pedos.
I know, I'm gonna do half. Gio, Tarasco Tropical. Tell me your too hard, too fast story. A story where either you were too drunk to function, words of wisdom, something funny or crazy that happened on stage, anything that you feel comfortable sharing with us.
Man, I'm definitely drawing a blank, and I like to blame it on the tequila, but I think it's just that I'm trying to be unique because I've already said other things. Cheers. You just take this shot.
So just saying, it doesn't have to be recent. Could be a long time ago, as long as it's in not within the statute of limitations.
All right, 4th grade. Really, 4th grade. Uruapan, Michoacan. I was going to a school called Emilia Ortiz de Dominguez. 4th grade. We were the red-headed stepchild class because they had no classes, so they had no more room for us, no more fucking classrooms, so they put us in the back, right? My dad, Rolling Stone, so me and my mom used to sell food outside of our house. Cena, what they call over there, you know what I mean? Vendíamos enchiladas, morisqueta, and anybody that understands any of this, like, you know what's up. Me and my mama, I was her dishwasher, the guy that went to go get the arroz at my uncle's fucking little local abarrote store. And I was proud of it, man, because I was helping my mom out, in 4th grade, man. That's what I was doing. You know what I mean? What were you doing? Yeah, that type of shit.
I'll
So,
tell you what I was doing. I was pretending I was a wrestler and walking
hey,
with my friends. I'm puro NWO.
damn, bro. We switch roles, bro. Opposite roles. You're bored over there, la chica. So check it out. This is a good story. So the teacher don't show up. We had substitutes. They ended up getting rid of the teacher. I don't remember the teacher's name, but I remember the school name and the classroom. We were in the fucking storage room, bro, in the back. They put a fucking pizarron, and it was a chalkboard fucking board that we had. And fucking, I was over there like Bart Simpson, fucking writing shit on the board because nobody was there. All the kids, it was a ruckus. And there was this really cute girl that I had a huge crush on, right? I fucking liked her. And she was my older brother. Well, not her friend. Her other friend was my older brother's sister-in-law, right? And we're in the 4th grade, and fucking the same classroom. And these girls were talking under the breath, making fun of me for selling food with my mom, saying they were a bunch of broke asses and shit. Well, everybody knew that Selena. Her name was Selena. Everybody knew that Selena's mom was a fucking hooker, right? So I fucking, after I heard her fucking talking shit about me up there on the chalkboard, I know she had a crush on me too, but this is the crush became the real crush. Check this out. I'm across the fucking classroom. It's a storage room that was pretty fucking big. And she's like, ay, que la chingada, que vende cena con su mamá, por Diosero, just trying to like make fun of me. I turned around and I said, y tu mamá es una puta. I grabbed the fucking, the chalk fucking, the eraser was a piece of wood, those old ones. Yeah. I went too hard, too fast, bro. I went, wham, chucked it across the classroom, bro. I broke her fucking nose.
Holy shit, man.
I
want to laugh so hard, but also feel bad. Fuck it, man.
You know what I'm saying? I got expelled, and I got a big-ass whooping for my mom. And then when I told my mom why, because my mom wouldn't ask questions, right? Like, she's just fucking, she didn't want to hear shit. On the way, we walked all the way from the school, which was like 15 blocks fucking south. And we walked there, and the whole time she was pinching me. We got home, she whooped my motherfucking ass. She was shutting me all the way home. Cállese el hocico, no me diga, yo no quiero saber qué pedo. You know what I mean? Fucking whooped my ass. And then I told her what happened, and she felt bad that she whooped my ass. So that was the moment I realized I'd gone too hard, too fast. Because like Selena never turned around and look at me ever again, dude. And that's true story. But she never made fun of me either. So no regrets.
Hey, ¿quién te manda? As people, as they would say, ¿quién te manda? Yeah, back then, that street justice was a real thing, man. You're gonna talk mess, you're gonna get shit.
Now you get canceled.
Yeah, now you get canceled. Well. Pues de modo. Hey, it's 4th grade, man. I think in 4th grade, it's full on, man. I guess I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but here you go to jail. In Mexico, my mom got a phone call. I got expelled. In the U.S., it's like attempted murder with a fucking with a piece of with a little piece of 2x4.
Man, they would just call it bullying, even though if it was that one time it was like it's bullying.
And you know why I thought about that right now, bro? Is because last night I watched episode 2, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but we're my daughters have 2 14-year-olds, and we're all big fucking Stranger Things fans. And last night I watched 2 episodes, and I saw that Elle, and I don't want to ruin for nobody, but Elle got pissed off because she was getting bullied, right? And she fucking broke some chick's fucking nose, dude, with a fucking roller skate, bro. Like fucking, I was like, that's fucking. I got PTSD from hitting that girl with that fucking piece. And as soon as I saw her hit the girl, I was like, no, that's how you get expelled. And that big ass with a gancho, bro. That my mom whooped my ass with a fucking wire gancho.
Oh, bro. Man, that's when you really know you fucked up. You skipped the chancla and went straight to the gancho.
Nah, man. You know what, man? I never grew up getting hit with the chancla, bro. It was always the first thing she could grab. Well, she was always cruising with the chancla. So, and in our house, my mom's like full of knickknacks everywhere. So it was always gonna be a lot worse than a chancla, bro. Was it gonna be a saint or it was gonna be a you know what I'm saying? A brick.
I think my grandmas were more of the chancla. My mom was more of like el piscazo. Like, and wait till you get home. And maybe she didn't do it. She probably, I don't think she ever did anything to me when we got home, but it was just a wait till you get home, and that was it. I was like, oh no, I'm done.
Yeah. For sure, bro. That's one of my stories, and that I try to come up with something that was untold, and that's definitely one that's been that nobody's heard, and it's facts. And if Karina is hearing, she can attest to that fucking story, man, because that bitch was making fun of me too, and that was my brother, my brother's sister-in-law. You know, you're like, bitch, you should be like, shut the fuck up. His mom makes good pozole, bitch. You know, that's what I would have said.
You were sure out there buying.
Yeah, or like every night, you know. I think you just wanted this. Nah.
Perfect. Too hard, too fast story, man. And then on that note, we'll end it. Check out Tarasco Tropical. Dude, Tropical. What the fuck, man? Check out Tarasco Tropical. For real, man.
Yes, no, man, but yeah, man, I appreciate it. Órale, pues. Thank you so much, bro.
Nah, for real, man. I appreciate you, and then we'll do it whenever we can. After the Bo Bundy.
You got it, brother. Órale. Take it easy.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Boom. We just went too hard, too fast with Tarasco Tropical. Remember, check out his music. Follow him on the social medias. Everything's linked somewhere, usually in the description. And with that said, remember, dare to be weird, dare to be you. Bye.